Renee Good's wife just made her first public appearance after her murder, and her message to the world is heartbreaking. For weeks, Becca Good has had to grieve in the shadows, dealing with a loss so sudden and violent that it shook the entire city of Minneapolis. But finally, at a public memorial, she decided to break her silence. Although the pain was too much for her to speak the words herself, her powerful statement was read aloud, and it has left everyone in tears. The memorial was a heavy moment for the community. Rabbi Ariel Lakach Rosenberg stood before the crowd and explained that Becca had been grieving alone for weeks, but now she wanted to share her words back with the people who had supported her. Becca began her statement by showing incredible grace, thanking the people of Minneapolis for showing up for her family in the middle of their darkest hour. She spoke about the neighbors who organized food and rides, the friends who made sure her kids got to school, and the strangers who stood together in the cold just to show they cared. But then, the tone of her message shifted from gratitude to a haunting reality. Becca wrote, "Renee was not the first person killed, and she was not the last. You know my wife's name, and you know Alex's name, but there are many others in this city being harmed that you don't know." She was referencing not just her wife, but the recent killing of ICU nurse Alex Preddy, who was also killed by federal agents in the same city. Becca's message was clear. These families are hurting just like hers, even if they don't look the same or have the same headlines. She reminded everyone that these victims are neighbors, friends, and co-workers whose names must also be known, because this kind of tragedy shouldn't happen to anyone. Becca's words painted a beautiful, bittersweet picture of who Renee really was. She wasn't just a headline, she was a dedicated volunteer, a passionate teacher, and a mother who showed up every single day for her children. Becca spoke about how Renee always tried to make the world a little bit better for others, practicing kindness, humor, and warmth in everything she did. Seeing the world now celebrate the spirit of the woman she loved was a reminder of the light that was taken away so senselessly. One of the most emotional parts of the statement was when Becca spoke about their 6-year-old son. She shared the heartbreaking routine she now goes through every single night. She wrote about how she and Renee believed that if they lived every day as they wanted the world to be, they could actually make that world a reality. Now, she is trying to carry that torch alone. Every night, as she kisses her son at bedtime, she has to look him in the eyes and tell him that things are going to get better, even while her own heart is shattered. Renee was a mother of 3. In addition to her 6-year-old son, she had 2 older children, aged 12 and 15, from a previous marriage. She had already faced the tragedy of losing her late husband, Timmy Macklin Jr., just a year prior. She was a woman who had navigated so much life, only for it to be cut short on a Tuesday morning. On January 7th, Renee had just dropped her son off at school, a normal, everyday motherly task, before she had a deadly encounter with federal immigration agents that ended her life. Becca concluded her statement with a call for radical kindness. She explained that she and Renee believed every single life deserves the same care, treatment, and dignity, regardless of who they are or what they look like. She said that shouldn't be a radical idea, but if it is, then she wants her family to be known for practicing it every single day. As the statement ended, a heavy silence fell over Minneapolis. Becca Good isn't just asking for sympathy, she's asking for change. She's asking us to remember the names of those who don't get memorials and to stand up for the dignity of every neighbor. Her strength in the face of such a senseless tragedy is nothing short of heroic. So I want to ask you, how do we fix a system where a mother can't even drop her child off at school without fearing for her life? Is radical kindness enough to change the world, or do we need something more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please keep Becca and her children in your prayers. Drop a kindness in the comments to honor Renee's memory and show this family they aren't grieving alone.